All right. Good morning, Jackie. How are you
Hi,
today?
great and you, Pierre.
Pretty good. Pretty good.
Exciting after our launch last week. It was
Yeah.
super amazing. I can
Yeah.
tell you, I loved everything about it. It was so different to what we had in the past. Um, it
Yeah.
was so relaxed, in the garden, on the outside,
Yeah. Right.
conversation based. It's out of the normal way that people normally do launches.
Yeah.
I was pleasantly surprised to see what you guys actually came up with.
That's great to hear. I know for me it was a lot of fun to be on site, to film, to do all the thing, to see, well, not meet everyone, to see everyone in person. We're all fully remote. We're scattered all across the world. Excuse my cat here as he makes an appearance. Uh, and it's great
It's every
to be
week
able to,
that he's here.
yeah, it's great to be able to see everyone in person. We got to work as a team in the same place, which has its own little charm. So I'm, I'm really glad everything went well. I'm really glad you like it. A lot of people have been saying the same, so that's awesome to hear.
No,
I'm
definitely.
I'm also excited for Builderall 8 to, now that it's here, we see the new dashboard. We see a lot of updates to the tools. We've expanded kind of the scope of Builderall in general, which is obviously super exciting.
Yeah. Yeah,
And
I love it.
the
And
one
I
thing,
love that little prompt at the bottom. Sorry, Pierre, that little
yeah,
prompt at the bottom talking about the AI coming soon. I've
yeah,
had a few of our builders actually reach out to me about that.
mm,
They really want to know what that is all about.
yeah.
Uh, Very exciting things coming.
I can actually show a couple things if you want.
Oh,
Uh,
that would be
I know
awesome.
that's not the purpose of this meeting, but you know,
Well, I'm sure
we'll
people
do
would
it.
love to see that.
Yeah,
Definitely.
let me share my screen. All right, and here we go. Let me expand this. All right, so this web page is what we want people to start using if they're not part of the platform. If you are part of the Builderall platform, you can use it also. It's no problem at all. All right, it's like exactly the same. The only difference is once you go to sign in, if you're signed up, you actually uh, just go into your account, and if you don't have an account, you go and you can start a trial. So
Yes.
from this page, you can basically give a quick prompt of what kind of website you have, what your business focus is, and from there, AI will. Well, the next step is you're going to select a template. We have over 500 templates on the Builderall platform. The AI will populate that template for you with content that's really relevant to the prompt that you give it. It's actually quite good. I've used it many times. It's quite good. Is it gonna finish your website for you? No. Is it gonna give you 90% of the way? Yes. Right. And
Yeah.
imagine if all you needed to do is go in and edit a page, change some things, and a lot of times I haven't needed to edit a lot of the content. So it's
Yeah.
actually like a really effective uh, you know, a prompt or whatever it is in the background that's using AI. But it gives people a chance to very quickly create a website that they want. And we've been showing week after week how easy it is to actually use the Builderall platform. So just like that, you can actually be live in under 5 minutes. If you
Yeah.
you know if you really need something live, you can go live in no time at all. So this is actually really exciting. If you want to visit this page and try it out, go to builderall.com/AI-website.
All right. Cool.
All right, dash AI website. Sorry, AI-website, and try it out. Let us know what you think. It's a great tool, and I'm sure everyone will like it. So a lot of things happening. I know for us today, we were just discussing off screen what the next step is for this course page that we're building. And I
Yep.
know for these sessions, it's really been Template Tuesday, right? We create the website itself. We don't we go to that next step and actually create the course, for example, because in that case it would be a larger workshop.
Yeah.
Which if people in the comments, let us know if that's something that you actually want to see. We'll create a course about creating a course. All right, we'll
Yes.
we'll use our course creator to create a course about course creation, and it'll be a funny roundabout way to show everyone how easy it is to set up a really nice course
Yeah.
on the Builderall platform. Obviously, if you are new here, Builderall gives you an all-in-one marketing platform. You can build your website, send emails, build your course, book your calendar, and everything in between. Post the social media automatically. We have a comment autoresponder, 25 essential marketing tools that'll get you to the next level. So without further ado, Jackie, I know we can start a screen share here and go through our existing template that we're looking at for inspiration. We can look at our page where we have it. I know you're driving. Do you want me to share screen? We can talk about it, and then
Sure.
you can take over, or would you like to?
Yes. That's perfect. That's
All right,
perfect.
perfect. So here we go. Let me just find our page here. Okay. All right, and again, this is the course page that we've created so far. All right. I'm sharing my screen. You guys can see. Beautiful. So here we have this image of myself. We have this headline. This educate is actually an image, not text. We've discovered this last time, that you can't really go this large if it's just text. And we have these bars. We can obviously edit the values here, and we can do that as a next step. And then we have this really cool element where this lady actually kind of leaves the box that she's contained in. We have these icons, and it looks like we've lost one here. I don't know what happened here, but we showed how to actually create this effect where when you hover your mouse, we have this change. And our pricing plan here, we had some animation that shows how it shows up when you launch it. I think this is all great. We're looking to wrap up this page and see what the next step
Yeah.
is. And just looking at it from a marketing standpoint, we have this really cool header area. We have something that draws the user in, right? We talk about the plans. We talk about, 3 benefits. There's a certifications icon here. And then finally, we talk about the price. We're missing the element that adds trust, right?
Yeah.
The way we do that is through testimonials, right? Is through something like a certificate, maybe icons of businesses that we've worked with in the past. Looking at our template here, we see a lot of other logos here. It looks like they have, they're implying an academy or some sort of university, some relationship with a higher learning program. That's really effective. Let's keep scrolling through. Here we go. Here, trusted by many. Here, what our happy clients say. All right. So something like this is actually really cool because it gives you a chance to highlight what other people might be saying about your class. There is this element here. I don't know if we're going to actually, if we can or if we want to replicate this effect, but I want you to look at this text, Jackie. And as you scroll down, it sort of follows you down the screen. I don't know if that's something that we can employ.
It's basically text that's fixed.
Yes.
Looks like.
Right. But it's not an image. We can probably achieve this as an image in the background. I don't know if we want to mess around with it that much. I don't think it's that valuable. But I like how this is set up with this cute little animation. So if you want to, we can create this panel and then finally wrap up with this footer. And that'll be that for the page. What do you think?
Cool. No, definitely. I think we'll go for creating it and then see if we can play around if there's some time left to see if we can fix it in that spot.
Cool.
But for now, just to create the content will be great.
We've been following this sort of process on these calls that I want people to get in the habit of. Whenever I want to recreate a panel, my first thought would be, what's my strategy, right? How am I going to approach this panel and create it so that it's clear and it's, I have a direct idea of what I'm doing, right? So looking at this, obviously we see some boxes here, right? With the text and the small image, and this can be another icon, but overall, how would you approach this screen?
Well, if we look at it, it's basically just boxes with text and images, little images. And I mean, to make this a little bit faster, you can basically make use of the testimonials that is already in some of the panels to shorten that creation, basically, that we normally do, and then just drag it to the top of the panel out of the ones that's been added. So that's quite simple and quick to do that. And then we can choose to have the animations added by either have all three of them come in at the same time instead of one at a time. Because at the moment it's one at a time, one at a time, one at a time when it's been loaded. Or the hover effect, like when you've just hovered over it now, when it moves slightly, we can do the same type of thing like that.
Yeah.
So I think maybe for now, we should just add the boxes from the panel side and then play with the animation after we've created it.
Cool. Let's do it. So I'm
and while before I start sharing my screen, Pierre, there is something that I have found with a lot of clients talking about AI and creating the text, even with our Magic Text Editor in creating images specifically. And there is a solution to that. I just want to mention it because maybe somebody is going to watch this and one of them said they will join today. One thing that I do, because people struggle to create prompts to create an image, all right? They don't know really what is the right way of creating a prompt. And something that I've been doing, and I don't know if you've got other ideas, is I normally go to ChatGPT and then explains, we know once you've got an account, and you start talking about your business, ChatGPT starts to remember all your previous conversations, what your business is about. And you can really tell it that you want to create a specific image, and this is your idea. This is the type of information that's going to be on the page. Can it help you to create a prompt for a specific image? And then ChatGPT actually creates the prompt for the image, and then you can drop that prompt into our editor or our AI image creator, and it can create the image for you. That way, you're going to really get a really good result, because people will say, I've added my image, but my result is pathetic. It looks terrible. And it's not our AI image generator. It's a type of prompt that you create. So if you're going to create something very simple, you are going to get a very simple design. You can't say, create me an ice cream. I mean, that is not a prompt. That is not being specific. Right. It's like telling your child, telling your mom, I want an ice cream. Okay. What type of ice cream? What's the flavor? What's the color? What's the taste? You need to be descriptive when you start creating these things. And ChatGPT is going to help you to create that prompt. So I just wanted to put that out there, because I know that some people wanted to know, how do we create these prompts, or how do you know what to write?
I like that idea. You're using AI to write the prompt so that AI can create the best image possible. I think it's fair enough. I've done that in the past. I think it works. I think it works well. Yeah. I'm going to stop my screen share.
All right, and then I'll jump
in. Take over.
Okay, let me just, there's so many screens right in front of me. Just 2 seconds. All right. I think you guys should see that now. All right. All right. So the next step is obviously the panel. We've got a panel already here at the bottom. So I was talking about making use of panels that is existing. So for you guys that do not know, when you design, you really do not need to go and drag from every single element. Most of the time, there's lots of different panels that you can find right here that you don't have to reinvent the wheel. You can basically just go and take a look at the existing ones that's available. And you can see we've got testimonials here. And then you can choose. We know already the idea that we have, right? We already know what we want to achieve. So now it's just a question of going take a look through these panels and see what we can use so that we do not have to go and recreate everything from scratch. All right. So we can already see that there is something here at the bottom that we can use. You scroll up. There's other ones as well, but because we are taking a look at boxes that's existing, I can see already that this is something that I can use. And I'm just going to click on it so it's been added to the page. So here we can see we've already got it. I'm just going to stretch this panel slightly. And then because we are going to need to have these things again at the bottom, we might as well just duplicate it. Now, a good idea is to build these both in boxes. So then when you start doing these things, you can just duplicate it once and not twice. You know, it's always like that. We tell you guys to do something and then we don't practice our own things. That's just something that happens often. It's like a mechanic's car is always broken and a hairdresser's hair is always a mess. I think it's the same with web design. So I'm just going to push this to the side for our testimonials and push this one to the side because we wanted to create the same type of feeling, right? So I'm just going to go inside the text editor and actually put this onto the side like this and do it the right way. The same with this one. And we're just going to do that. And then this one is trusted by many. We're just going to use those words for now. Trusted by many. And then I'm just going to stretch it slightly. And then we're going to use this one. This is our hear what our happy clients say. Just going to do it like that for now. All right. And remember, you can make use of the rulers that we have right here at the top. So if you click on it, you can see that we've got a ruler and you can move that ruler and things will snap to that side so that you do not have to worry about the alignment, right? And then we need to have some of the text. So I always just copy the text so that we don't have, again, just use the same formatting at the same place. And in this case, this needs to be aligned. So I'm just going to align it to the left so that we've got some type of a blurb. That's the actual word. And now for these boxes, I'm just going to take one box. We don't necessarily have to take all of them. And then I'm going to delete that panel because we're not going to use it anymore. And then I'm just going to stretch this slightly. Now, for the example that we have, all right, this box is actually a colored box. So we're just going to change this background. And for now, we're just going to do that. We can worry about that later as to the design of it. We basically want to get the idea of what we are doing into place. So I'm just going to duplicate this as well. And you're going to see why, because we are going to have a star. And I'm going to go to the side. And I'm going to just add in an icon for a star. Not the smart text, sorry. Like the ones that you will find on Google. Google reviews, basically. So we're going to look for the right star here. We can see we've got multiple different stars to choose. That is the right one. And then obviously, because we are going to have different type of colors, we're just going to leave it as that. But we need to duplicate that at least 5 times. So we're just going to go star again. And we're going to do star again for 5 times. And again, 1, 2, 3, 4, and one more. All right, and there is our stars. So we've got our stars in place. That is what our example looks like. And now we need to move the text. And we're just going to make sure that these texts align up as well to the left. All right, so there is our text. Then we've got our image of our person. We can make it a little bit larger. Again, I'm just going to put it to the side, the person's name, and then obviously who this person is. So now I've just duplicated again. And I'm just going to do that. And this time, this doesn't need to be italicized. It's just normal. And this is just a blurb to say who this person is. So I'm just going to say, let's say managing director. Oops. Let's just remove that part. If you guys have got any questions, remember to drop them in the comments, because it is important if there is some things that we are doing and you maybe do not know what are we doing. And then again, there could be, you can duplicate this one again because we want to create that quote effect, right? So let's just go back. Now I'm just going to delete that and look for a quote. I don't know if we will find it as a quote. There is something actually. Yeah. You can use that one for now. And then let's go and make it larger. I don't know how big that's going to be.
More. Want it maybe like double, maybe like 50.
Yep. Let's go bigger and bigger. I'm sorry if you guys are hearing my dog bark.
Oh, good. Hey, we have homes, we have lives. It's okay. I think the time where everything needs to be like really sterile is all gone. I think it's totally okay for you to,
have animals.
Yeah, or like have a cat tree in the background. I don't know if you can see mine because it's a little blurred, but
yes, I agree.
Cat tree.
All right, so we're not going to bother about the colors now. We just want to make sure that the aesthetic is there. We can make use of an image right here, and I kind of don't like this, to be quite honest. I think we can have an image that goes across here to make it a little bit different. And I'm going to show what my idea is. I just want to go to Canva, and I always make use of a logo format when I create images that needs to be small. So let's just go here, and I'm just going to show you my idea, because remember we said earlier we rather go for something that is different. You don't have to use the same type of thing, right? So we can go and have something like that. I actually like this one a lot more. Let me just drop that and see if we can flip it. There we go. And then on our site, for the first box, I was thinking, depending on the background or the color that this is going to be, it needs to be able to go over that color. Now we know that we've got this gray here. So I think I'm going to make use of the same gray. You can always change it later, just to have this panel the same color than the gray that we have right there. Is it the same? No, it's not. Let me just do that. And then we can have the color going over this one. So it would either be the bluish kind of thing, which I think, or white, maybe the white. But let's go with this blue line-ish type of thing. I was just thinking maybe we could play around with that. I'm not sure how it's going to look like. So I was actually looking for one that has got nothing in the middle. There is one actually. Let's see. There is one. Maybe that's going to be the better one. And let's download this as transparent. Okay, failed because we need to add an additional element. Now, what I normally do is if you get something like this, that is just because it's expected you can't use canvas images like that. So I'm just going to do this. Don't do what I'm doing. How do they normally say that? Don't do what I do. Because we are just wanted to showcase something. All right. Hopefully that's going to work. And then we are going to upload that image. So let me just duplicate this one because we already got an image there. Change. Upload. And there is a dot in that one. So we're going to have to, you see, they're so clever. All right. I've got another idea. Let's just take that away. Ungroup. Come on. Ungroup. Download. Transparent. All right, that's going to work. I'm going to upload our image and save. All right. Let's just make that box slightly smaller. Something like that, maybe a little bit smaller. All right, so there's our first box. Let's just duplicate this box because we need it to be 3 times. And again, you can make use of the ruler. You don't have to stick and worry about things not lining up. Oops. There it snaps there. Let's do another one. And I just want to increase the box, the panel that we have right here. Let me open up on the side. And then I'll show you when you increase the panel height here on the side. All right. So we've got 3. I think 3 is enough. I think 3 is the one that I say. Okay, we know that now. So now we know that we've got the first panel is one type of color. We've got the second one and then the third one. But one thing that we should have done, I think, is the color of the shadow. And let's just do the grayish kind. All right, so that is perfect. I think that is the shadow. I forgot about that, so let me rather delete these 3 again. Sorry, guys. And now we're going to duplicate it. And then we need to decide how we are going to do this animation. It's going to be one at a time. Is it going to be
I think one at a time.
One go. All right.
Yeah, I like one at a time.
All right. So there it is. Now that we've got the top one as a darker color, supposed to be, and then the other one. So I would like to keep it like the same that we've got here. And maybe we should have this color then the same as what we had at the top panel. What did I just change now? Undo. I didn't change the right thing. And that is to change this color the same that we have right here. I don't think that's the same color. So let me just choose it. So that we've got the same effect like they have. All right. Now, for animation, we're going to do that just now. I just want to place this all into a box again because it's just going to make it easier to move things around to see if it is in the right place. So let's put the trust in many in this box, what our clients say. And then we're going to right click to remove the color. Right there. All right, that looks good so far. I was wondering if we should not have another image here, but I mean, I suppose it doesn't have to. But now these buttons, these are the ones that we now need to change to a specific color. So I was thinking, because we are playing around with these colors, I'm just going to take a color there and I'm going to double click on this icon. And you're going to see when you go right there, if you double click, it makes like a kind of block around it. All right. But now you can see the color is not too great. So we're going to have to maybe go with a darker blue. Let's just grab the darker blue. Double click on it. You can see it makes a little block around it. More colors. That's a better color. Double click. More color. There we go. So let me just take that block out and we can just duplicate it. There we go. Nice. Now that's great. That is now getting to the point where we're going to have to click save. Otherwise, you might lose it all, like I've done many times before. You're busy with something and then the internet goes down or something happens and then you want to rip out your hair because you've lost all your work. All right, so now we've got that. Now for the animation part, animating this, let's go play around. Maybe let's just add the bottom part before we continue with the animation, just in case we run out of time. So for the bottom part, obviously, we're going to have another panel. So I'm going to add the blank panel. Now, some people might ask us, why do we add a blank panel? Why can't we just add the footer straightforward and then just work with it? Because we might not use, sorry, my voice is going away. We might not use all the things that we can find in the footer here. So it's easier to drag it out of the footer into the footer right here. And I think while we're talking about footers and headers and things like that, we spoke about this before, where you can create global headers and footers, especially if you're going to have a site that is really robust with a lot of different kinds of pages. I would then suggest that you create it globally. And when I'm talking about global, you will find that if you go to the side of your listed pages, I'm just going to open it up in a new link. You will find the global header and footer sitting in this area here, header and footer. So once you've created it there, you have to go back to your pages of your site and apply it only once in the area. So I actually went out of it. Let me just open it up again, the link pages. you're going to have to click on the 3 dots, go to the settings and scroll down until you get header and apply the header and the footer here. Once you've done that and you click save, you're going to have to do it with every single page that you have. And it's only a once-off time. And if you then need to do changes, maybe you're adding another page or another link to the menu, you're only going to change it in the global area and republish, and it will add it to all your pages. I just thought I had to tell you guys that, because in this example, we're basically just adding it onto this one page because it's a one-page website. I would only use it for a one-page website. I won't do this if I've got multiple pages. All right, so let's just go back to the panels, and you'll see we've got multiple things going on here. I think this is something that we can use. I tend to love this design always, but we do not have one with all the social media icons in them. So let's just go with something very simple, and I'm going to grab this one. And we've added it now at the bottom. You guys can see it's there. So for this example here, we're going to have a box again. All right, so let's just go, and I'm just going to duplicate this box here because it's already in a nice design. So let's grab this box here. Actually, it's not this one, it's the other one, because it's got a color in it. My mind always tries to go to things that I've already created, so I don't have to go and change the color, change the text. I rather just go and grab something that I can manipulate a little bit. So we know we're not going to need that little icon, and we're definitely not going to need this image here, and we're not going to need that text or these ones here. All right, so here is our box, and we want to do similar to our example that we had. All right, so I can just remove that one as well. And then we've got a capital, like something like this box right here. And we've got this one here. So I'm going to go with this box. Let me just take that one out. We can change the text formatting just in a moment. So we've got a box right here with some text at the top. That's the company name and whatever it might be. So I'm just going to go into this text. I'm going to make it a lot smaller. And it's neutral, so that's fine. Remember, when you guys do this type of thing, you have to remember to use the same font across your site. What I've been doing here, taking it from the panels, there's different kinds of fonts that's being used. You want to keep consistency and making use of the right fonts. But in this example, we're just doing this so that you can see a shortcut on how to do these things. All right. So now we're just going to duplicate this one because we want to add links, support, and find us kind of thing. So we've got links, and we're just going to call this links. And I'm going to remove that because we need to have a menu in this area. And it's going to be the same menu that you're going to have at the top of your website. So if you've already have a menu at the top of the page right here, which we haven't yet created, all right, we can go and create a menu here. We might as well do it at the same time here. Let's just quickly go and grab a menu. And we're just going to keep it simple. I'm just going to add it like that. And let me just click and change the services. We just want to remove what's there. See if there's anything there. No. Is there anything under the projects? So obviously you're going to go and play around with these things. You don't have to have all of that. And then we are going to manipulate this quickly so that we can get away from the color that is available. So we want to make things transparent and not have those backgrounds here. All right. And then we need to take away the border. I think it's got borders. Border. There's nothing there. That's a sub items border. There we go. So we do not want any border. All right. So let's say this is our, and then you can have your logo there on the site, but we're not going to worry about the logo now. So that's in place. Let's just duplicate this because those are our links. We're going to go way down to the bottom. And what we're going to do now is put this vertically like that. And we're going to make sure that it is aligned to the left, not the burger menu, the vertical menu, yeah. Needs to be aligned. Left. Let's brand. Here we go. And then also what you can do right here is, because it is on top of each other, you can do the height spacing. You can see spacing there. The height of the menu, you can make it smaller. So let's keep it at that. And then the text, because we are busy with white. Let's increase that size, and we are dropping it right in here. All right. So there is our links, and now we can just duplicate this for our support, because remember now you're going to have support's going to have be different links. This could be support, and we're just doing it quickly as possible, and then obviously these is going to change. And now I'm just going to delete some of them, and we can just call this, let's say that privacy policy. This could be our terms of use. Terms of use. And that could be contact. All right. So already you can see it's starting to get into a direction. Now what we're going to do is I'm going to duplicate this box here, because this is going to be for our contacts. So just bring that in. This could be find us. And this is for social media purposes. Or telephone deed. Oh, what have I done? I moved it to the bottom. Sorry. There we go. And then you can type in your telephone numbers and all of that kind of thing. So to do that, obviously you can go back to the editor. So what I do, especially if it's white, I'm just turning it to black. And I'm just going to write here +1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And then have your icon. And I'm just going to do one so that you guys know where to do the other one. So you can say telephone. Or cell phone. Where is the days of a telephone? I don't think there is a thing like that.
Yeah. Well, I know this because my daughter does this with her hand. Like, hello. You know, because the phone now is like this way, and I think that's crazy. You know what happened to this? What is
exactly?
What?
All right, so you can add more in there. Now we are going to make it a little bit more prettier. We're just going to add a line into it. I love using this line. I don't know why. It's crazy, but I like it. So we're going to change this line. We can decide about the color scheme of all of this, whether it should be this color or not at a later stage. I mean, we don't have to stick with this color. Where am I? Border size. 1, border shape, line, dupe. Where am I? Border color. No, man, not that one. I'm on the line. I'm at the wrong one. There we are. So So we can do white. Let's just leave it like that. And I don't want it to be that fat. Let's just go back to it. There we go. And then you obviously you can have copyrights or whatever. Let's just do that quickly. Just duplicate that one quickly. Now you don't have to use this copyright, but what I'm doing right here, you can use the icons. All right. In the middle of the page. And now for your icons. So for the icons, social media, we've got this wonderful social bars, which is these ones here. And we can drop them here. And you can go and change these icons in Canva as well. I don't know if we've got white icons. I'm just going to see if we've uploaded some icons here in the past. General. I don't think we do. But that can be done very quickly by making use of Canva. And again, I'm just using the same thing here. So we can say, let's just say Facebook. And we don't have to have all the icons in the planet. And we're going to change this color just now. And then let's say YouTube. Or Instagram. Let's go for Instagram icon to save us some time. I'm just going to use this one. It's too many colors. Instagram. Download, transparent. Let me just do one at a time. And let's see if it's going to work. There's our Instagram. And we're going to apply it. So there's our Instagram. And then Instagram page 2. Now we need to do page 1. Did I hit transparent? I don't know.
I'm not sure.
I don't know either. We will soon find out.
Yeah, we'll find out.
Yo, that doesn't look right at all. Let me just delete this one here. Delete. This Facebook is not going to work. Icon. I don't know if this one's going to work because it's already, or rather this one. I don't know. Let's see. Let's see if that's going to work. Maybe. Yep, it's fine. All right. So we do not have to show Twitter. So we can remove Twitter and we can remove LinkedIn. Oops, LinkedIn. And then obviously you need to put in the links right there. And then we need to determine the size because we definitely are not going to use that size. And we're just going to put it in the center, Mr. Fenter. So we've got that created. We're going to remove this one at the bottom that we're not going to need. And say yes, delete. And I think we are almost ready. There's about few minutes, 5 minutes left that we can play around. I don't think we've done that bad.
No, actually, I think it's pretty good considering, we could have definitely run over time like we typically do.
No, I know. All right, so that's what we've got so far. We can see that we've got the beautiful thing at the top with headings. We can actually, while we edit, just to let you know, it is also cool when you work with menus to change when it hovers to a different color. So active background color and then the hover color. So let's just go to hover background. No. Yes, hover background. Hover background is to change it to a color that when you hover over it, it changes. It's either a block or you can change the text itself. It's totally up to you. All right, so you can also add your logo then on the side, but we haven't created a logo in this example. And then let's keep scrolling. There is your icon back, but it's the wrong icon.
That is the wrong icon.
Anyways, and then we've got our plans, we've got our testimonials, and then we've got our thing at the bottom. I think it looks great so far. Now, is anybody in the comments telling us anything? What do you guys think? Everybody's so quiet today.
Good morning, Clarabelle.
People are so quiet these days.
We'll take questions for the rest of the session. I think. Obviously, Jackie, you did a great job. I think this whole template is solid. I think it's a great template. I don't know what we can do next. Maybe we can try out the AI website builder on the next session and go through and create a complete website, or like we'll do 5 websites in an hour or something like that. That would be cool. But I think that's also a cool idea. If there is a theme that you guys want to see, drop us a line in the comments. We can use that on our next session. And I do want to take the rest of the time, and maybe we'll talk about builds in general. Jackie, if you go to the dashboard of the platform,
yes,
you're gonna see this new builds section. And I want to talk about that a little bit. So right now you have the creative build set up, and obviously this is the new dashboard, everyone. Super nice. If you go to the build section, you're going to see all sorts of different builds that are going to help you create, play, or it's not really a website, it's a whole marketing system, right? Specific to that industry of choice. And I personally like the design changes where now if you go back to the dashboard, Jackie, the color scheme is a little different and the whole thing sort of adapts to it. I think that's really cool. We're going to start creating workshops for each of these builds. Okay,
that's
and
cool.
Break that out. And I also want to add very popular builds for really notable people. And we break down, let's say, the Tony Robbins build or the Alex Hormozi build or someone like that, where they have they're pushing an initiative. We sort of break out everything that they're doing and we recreate it in the platform through a build. And I think that would be really cool.
Yeah.
So that's what's coming.
There's something that I've realized, and I don't think a lot of people know this. It shows you. I love this blue. Oh my word! I love this color. Yeah. Things that people don't understand. If you look at these prompts that it's giving you, when you click it and you've actually completed it, and tomorrow you go back, there might be, and there's another one coming up. It's going to go through the process of all the different things that you need to install, need to do to get it up and running. Because what you see here, it's not the only ones. It changes as you are completing certain things. That's what I like about it. It keeps you intact. as to exactly what you have done so far
Mm.
in these specific areas. It's really, really cool. I love that. And I love now that the AI builder is some right here on the front piece of the site as well.
I
That
agree.
is so cool.
I agree. So Clarabelle is asking, what do you suggest to use in conjunction with an agency website, a funnel or landing page, in order to promote services? So you're looking for marketing ideas to promote your agency. Is that accurate? Does that sound like what you're after? I think so. Let's start off with a couple of things that you can do. First of all, we already have workshops from last year. If you go to Builderall Learn, builderall.com/learn, you're going to see all sorts of different workshops that show you how to create a funnel for all the steps. I suggest you look at the marketing machine workshop. We have this very long flow that ends with a webinar, and then post-webinar, you have an offer. There's tagging. There's emails that we create along the way. So that's really cool for you to start off with as a template. But I want to zoom out and talk about the marketing of the whole thing just a little bit. Think about the problem you're solving. Think about who your customer is, right? So if your customer is small business, think about what the issues could be for a small business in that niche that you're targeting. Okay, don't just say like a really broad message, because that likely won't convert, especially because it's such a competitive industry out there right now. I don't think you should go and say, marketing services for all businesses. That's not going to land, right? Think about what your expertise is. If it's creating uh, videos, if it's creating a marketing strategy, if it's web design, whatever that service is that you really want to lock in on, pick an industry, pick a service that you're offering, and communicate how your service is going to solve a real problem for them. And I'll give you a quick example. Let's talk about if you're going after the home services niche, right? So you're after people who uh, are in the trades, plumbing, electricians, masons, things of that nature. Pick a focus and say, web design services for uh, plumbing businesses. All right. A lot of plumbing businesses use Google Ads, and they do a lot of landing pages. So you could put together a landing page or some sort of packet that you're going to communicate with the business owner, and have it be specific. Like, we'll create for 3, 2, 3, 4, however many landing pages every month, and we're going to help you optimize for conversions, right? So if every month I'm giving you 4 new landing pages, you're running ads to those pages, we're going to sit down and review performance every month and create 4 new pages that are based on the most effective uh, pages that I've created for you in the past. That way you can improve over time. So that sounds like an offer outside of just saying, hey, I give you website services. You gave them, uh, obviously, you gave them an idea, and you gave them something that connects with whatever initiative they already have going on, and it helps it improve it. So that's something that I would do. And find chambers of commerce, find groups and foundations that you can be part of that expose your agency to new people and new businesses, most importantly, right? You can advertise as much as you want, but I think the fastest way to get in front of business owners is go where they are, right? So I know it's not as exciting as just running an ad, saying you have to maybe like pick up the phone or go somewhere, meet people, interface, network. That still is how business is being run. So
Mm. And I don't know about all countries, but for example, in my country, in every single, how can you put it, city or area, we have got these networking meetings kind of thing. It's actually a very, very nice thing. Is they only take up, let's say they've got 4 sessions a month. They only have one digital marketer for that session. They've got one web developer. We've got one social media manager. So to give everybody the opportunity to network amongst each other and then do your pitch. So I'm sure lots of countries are offering these type of things where you can go to these networking places and you can give up your name because they benefit from it. They are getting the money for the entrance fees to these events where they talk about these different kinds of business, not just business ideas, but where they're talking and having debates and discussions and all those kind of things. That is really, really a cool way to also get your clients.
That's also a great idea. I'm going to piggyback off it, Jackie. Something you could do is if you don't have these classes or these sessions in your area, make one.
Yeah, exactly.
Make one. Just go on, you can create a Facebook event pretty easily. Just get involved with a community. And if you don't have a community, create a community. People are always looking to connect, especially business owners. And a lot of times people would prefer to give their business to a local business that's near them.
Definitely.
They can go visit and see, and it's an actual human versus some webpage online. So,
and you know what? Something else that also works here is you get these coffee shops. You get large coffee shops. You can literally, there's days in the week where these coffee shops are not that busy. And if you can say that you are going to bring 50 people to the coffee shop, obviously those guys are going to purchase coffee from the coffee shop in any ways. And then you have this booked out event kind of thing. People are hungry, specifically these days, for online information. So if you could bring something to them and teach them something that's going to lead to a sale for your services, why not? There is really multiple ways of doing advertising where you don't even need to do paid advertising online to drive traffic, but you're actually going out there and put yourself out there to get these services. It's maybe going a little bit further than yourself and maybe getting yourself out of the comfort zone. But I think it's something you can get addicted to because once you can see that you don't need to pay that much money for services, you can actually go there and network with these people and gain their trust faster than it would be for them to sign up to a list and sending out emails to them, because now you see them face to face.
Clarabelle sent a follow-up here, said, I'm offering services to med spas and estheticians, and they are having an expo. So I was looking to see what I can do to all my contacts there, maybe a flyer, prepare a landing page for information. I'm going to connect things together for you. I think a really cool thing could be, and I know people don't really use business cards anymore, a business card has a QR code that sends people to a web page, like a landing page. You can track the QR code. You can give out that little business card. Make sure it's like a really nice design. Make sure it's like a really good quality paper. If you are interfacing with people in person, do that. All right?
Definitely.
Yeah. Final suggestion here, and I know we're over time. This is something that I've used in the past. I always look for items, like promotional items that can be used in that industry.
Yeah.
Okay, make sure it's something useful, right? Because no one wants to get another pen. Like you're gonna get like 700 pens with all sorts of different brand names on it, and you're not, at the end of the day, it's like whatever. You're not really gonna use it. But if you can find, I don't know, with estheticians, it could be a little more expensive. But here's an idea. Like, I don't know if they use towels or mats a lot. If you can get a branded towel, branded mat, I don't know what they use for containers, bowls, brushes, things like that. Things that they're going to pick up and use every single day. That's interesting for you to look at. But it could be on the more expensive side. So it depends on on a lot of things. So
The audience.
yeah,
It's like giving out. I get excited when you talk about these type of things because in my events here, they normally say you pay a fee to attend this digital marketing event and then you get a gift bag. So
yeah,
you are paying, let's say, $20 or whatever. And then for the $20, you're going to get this surprise gift bag. You don't really know what's in that bag, but it's going to help you to create the gift that these people actually want. And people will pay for it because they get the event for free. You get the event for free and you get the surprise pack that goes with the event. And you can opt in to get the surprise pack. Full of goodies. Exciting.
all right.
Marketing is exciting for
Yes,
sure.
it is. Nice. All right. Well, that's our time today, Jackie. What an awesome job. I love that we're wrapping up yet another one of these templates. We've done so many now.
Yeah.
I'm actually really impressed with us. Although
Yes,
I
I'm
sat
not
this
a
one,
designer.
yeah, I sat this one on the bench a little bit, but that's totally okay. I do. Let's start putting some ideas together for next week, and we can think about how to further the narrative here that we have going on. We've seen so many of these websites being built, some of them really fast. Maybe we can do a challenge. I don't know. I think StreamYard allows us to share 2 screens at once. Is that true?
I don't know. I'm going to have to play around with it. I've never
Yeah,
done that.
let's test that out. Hold on. I'm going to share my screen here. We'll take another couple minutes. Here you go. I'm sharing my screen. I'm going to add your screen to stage. Let me know when you're ready.
Okay, let me just choose a screen for myself here. Stop screen. I just want to add something because I don't share screen. Let's just go.
I'm really hoping we can.
Okay, I'm there.
Yeah.
Before presenting, remove other media streams from the stage. It doesn't allow that.
No.
Well, maybe we can do that within Zoom. We can always change it in Zoom.
Yeah, maybe we'll do a challenge, Jackie.
In Zoom.
You versus me.
Oh,
We'll create a landing page, each of us, and we'll take an hour, and we'll do the landing page, and we'll throw in all sorts of ideas, and then we'll have people give us their thoughts. They can come in. I think it'll be really cool. So maybe we'll do that next time.
Yeah, that could be fun.
If you're interested, if you're the competitive type, which
Oh my goodness. Yeah.
Nice. Okay,
No, that
cool.
would be awesome.
So
All
I'm
right.
looking forward to that. We'll pick a topic, and we'll create a landing page, and we'll see how fast we can create it and what the outcomes are going to be. So,
Okay,
cool.
we'll do that.
Stay
That
tuned,
sounds
everyone.
fun.
Come back next week, and Jackie and I are going to have this challenge, and hopefully it'll be fun times. All right.
Face off. What do they call it? Face off. There's actually something like that.
Yeah. That'll be cool.
Oh my goodness. I'm not a graphic designer at all, hey. I'll just drag and drop
so we're good. All right, excellent.
All right, guys.
Well, I'll see you later, Jackie. Thank you all.
All right. Thank you, guys. Bye.
See you next week. Bye.